Tricia Belmonte is an internet marketing specialist with over 20 years of marketing, senior management, and business development experience. Her passion is helping motivated business owners become authority figures online. Tricia's specialties include online course development, search engine optimization, Facebook advertising, content creation funnels, and more. Her courses have reached over 27,000 students globally and have been listed on the first page of Udemy, which is one of the world's largest online course platforms. So today we're going to be talking about how to easily build and monetize your online courses. And what I love about this, which I mentioned to you, I think it was offline the other night, is like online courses, that's recession proof. Doesn't matter, or COVID proof. Doesn't matter if we're open or if we're closed. People can still take your online courses.
Absolutely. Absolutely. They just had a stat yesterday that showed that out of all the businesses that are thriving because of COVID, that online courses is one of the highest. And they said in China alone, it's worth over $6 billion as an industry.
So we need to all learn Chinese again.
Well, that's just one country. So you can imagine globally, right? So
yep. I'll put that on my to-do list to learn Mandarin. So, okay. Let's start at the very beginning. How do people make money on online courses?
It's a great question because there's many ways, but I like doing online courses and getting to a stage where you can make it into a business model where you're able to charge $3,000 or $5,000 per student. It's a bit of a journey, and a lot of the gurus out there will say, well, you just need that one thing to get to that end goal, and just concentrate on this one piece. But that's not really the reality behind it, because what happens is the more you charge, the more value you have to offer. And there's different ways to get to that stage. So what I do for people is I break it down into stages. And the very first stage is, where they can make a little bit of money if they have it on a marketplace like Udemy or Skillshare or whatever. And some people make some really good money there. Some people make a little bit, but some people are just happy as a nice side income, right? And then you're moving up to stages where you have it on your own platform. And you're moving up to stages where you're building more products around it and you're offering a bigger service. And then you're finally getting to the stage where you're just offering so much value that people are actually getting transformation. So if you're changing people's lives and you're turning them around and you are literally impacting everything they do and how they think and how they're generating income, that's when you start generating the big bucks off it. So there's money to be made at every stage. And some people want to just drop off at different stages, and that's perfectly okay.
Yeah, I love that it doesn't have to be a one-size-fits-all experience. And we, I think, do a little too much comparison when it comes to online business, because we're all online and we all see each other's stuff so much. It's really easy to look to the side and be like, oh, they're doing that, I should be doing that. Did you hear about Tony Robbins and Dean Graziosi's new launch? They sold, they sold a $600 product, and I want to say they sold 22,000 units in their online launch. And so you can do the math on that, but that's an incredible product launch. So if you're thinking, I'm not sure if there's money to be made, there's absolutely money to be made. And it doesn't all have to be high-end sales. It could be high volume, and that could get you really profitable too.
Absolutely. And it doesn't hurt to have the names behind you like they did, right? And that's another thing. Like, there's so much to know about online courses. There's so much information I want to share. And I know we have a very tight amount of time, but one of the ways that people market their online courses is by doing something called JV webinars. And JV webinars is where you do webinar on other people's platform who have those big names. So if you don't have a big name yet, that's one way you can leverage other people's lists and still get heard by a lot of people and still get found. And then if you're lucky enough that they're promoting your webinar, it's almost like they're endorsing you as well, which is the super bonus and a plus. So just one little tiny marketing trick. There's many. I've got like pages of marketing tricks all around just online courses, but that's just one.
Well, that's how I got my list started, was JV webinars. So absolutely. And the thing is, it's fast to produce. and it has a quick turnaround and people buy quickly on a JV webinar. So it kind of, if you're getting started, it really hits all the buttons because it only takes about 3 weeks to get it from conception to inception. And then you can close people right that day, and then you can follow up with other people afterwards. So it really is a great strategy. I don't think that's a little tip. I think that's like, she just dropped a major nugget of success.
Big money making tip, because a lot of people make a lot of money off that way. And that's the other thing I want to let everybody know is, again, when you hear people talk about online courses, they usually say there's that one marketing piece you have to focus on. There's not just one marketing piece. It's like saying there's only one marketing piece for your business. We all know that there's hundreds of marketing things you can do. And the more you do, of course, different results you're going to get. But I feel that there's one perfect marketing piece for a lot of people that they're more comfortable with. So some people might be great on webinars and love producing them and just know how to naturally do it. Some people might be great doing podcasts. Some people might be great doing written word, and then you're doing content and you're bringing people back to your stuff through your content. So there's not one perfect piece at all. There's many, many things you can do. So hopefully that reassures the audience as well, that there's lots of possibilities.
Well, and also I mean, I feel like it's irresponsible to have all your eggs in one basket. Like, let's say that all you do is Facebook ads, and then Facebook changes their algorithms, or they shut down your ads, or your account.
Which happens a lot more than usual.
Yeah. And so if you have all of your eggs in one basket, your business is kind of vulnerable. I've always liked to have multiple streams of lead sources, just like people talk about having multiple streams of revenue. I want my leads coming from multiple places so that I have this steady trickle. And if one underperforms, that's cool, because I got 6 others that are bringing me leads and I don't have to panic.
Absolutely. And actually a really good way to track that is Google Analytics. So if everybody, if you have time, go on my YouTube channel for free. I do a Google Analytics thing where I show you and in it, like I show you how to use it for split testing, but I also show people that you can use it to see all the different streams that are bringing you in traffic. So you have a better way of just visually saying that works, that doesn't, that works. And you should be tracking it all, absolutely, right? Because there's affiliate marketing, there's email marketing, there's a million different things. So getting back to the stages, that's why I like taking people through the stages, because I think some people need things one step at a time. Instead of jumping from here to here, you're jumping through the stages. So I just like to mention that I developed what I find is the first essential piece, no matter if people are going to go from here to the signature program or go through stages one thing at a time. I developed this thing that I call the most essential piece, and it's all based on marketing strategies. And basically it'll tell you, you know, if there's an audience, what your audience looks like, what your title should be, what your description should be. Because if you don't have all of that right from the beginning, it doesn't matter what stage you go to, you know, you could spend a lot of time and a heck of a lot of money and not get any results. And you definitely don't want that, right?
Yeah.
So that essential first piece, I developed a course on it. It's 3 hours only. And I swear, like anybody, even with the slightest inclination that they want to do online courses, are going to love it, because I make it so fun and so easy to do the pieces. And best of all, I'm giving it away for free. So at the end of this,
I love it.
I'll give you guys a link and you guys can get it absolutely no charge. So it's $150 US and you guys don't have to pay. And hopefully that'll help a lot of you get jump started.
Yeah. And I'm just curious in here, how many of you have thought about doing online courses before? If you've thought about doing an online course as a strategy for your business, go ahead and type that in the chat so we can kind of see who you are. I have made that mistake that you were talking about, where we create a whole course and then afterwards realize nobody wants to buy it. It's like so time consuming. So
it is.
I love that you help them with that foundation work to just, you know?
Yeah, and the foundation itself, a lot of the gurus, the other big marketing tip is a lot of them will say, pre-sell your course, pre-sell your course. Mm-hmm. Don't just go out and pre-sell your course. Do the framework first. Make sure there's an audience. Make sure you know who you're talking to. You're still going to have to create a sales page. You're still going to have to create an ad. So get the foundation down first. 3 hours, guys, you'll be amazed at how much information you're going to get out of it. And I swear, anybody can do it. If you know how to use Google, you know how to type a URL in, you guys will have no trouble with this at all.
I love it. Well, so much good information that you've shared here with us. Do you have any like last minute words of wisdom that you just feel like they need to know? Or last
Um,
minute marketing tips?
I'm really feeling that people need to know that they can do this. Anybody can do this. You can create a course on anything. If people ask you questions, if people go to you for any type of information or knowledge, it doesn't matter what it's in. You guys can absolutely do this. People need you, and people need to know what you know.
I love that. I remember sitting in a business retreat years ago. It was right when I was getting my company up and launched. And I remember sitting in this business retreat feeling like a complete failure because they all knew marketing words and I didn't know any of the marketing words. And yet at the same time I was sitting there looking around and I'm like, but I actually have more going on in my new business, my brand new business that I'm just launching than most of the people in this room, even though I didn't know all of it. But I think sometimes we overcomplicate it and we make it feel like you have to have a
Oh,
degree, and
thank you.
it's the
I
same thing with people.
totally agree. And the fun thing with online course, the reason I'm so passionate about it is because I'm like, okay, so they're all my friends and I helped them with this and now I made it easy for them. And that's exciting because they're getting it and you see them moving forward. It just becomes, and then you start naturally thinking, well, what else can I offer them? How can I make this easier? How can I make them more successful? And if you're thinking along those lines, you're thinking along the lines of marketing funnel and you're thinking along the lines of marketing messaging. That when you're doing it, it's just natural when you think of it in those help.
Yeah, and it's so accessible now. And I love that you are just giving them that encouragement. Anybody can do it. Anybody can learn how to bring the right clients into their business. So I'm excited for them to get to take you up on your free offer. Do you want to go ahead and we have the link, right? So we can post the link. So
Oh yeah, I'll put it in, and then they can put the link. So all they need to do is click the link. It goes directly to the course. They can check out the other courses I have. But yeah, it goes right there, and then they go to pay, and then the coupon code. Hopefully, they put the coupon code there too. You just type in pipeline promo, all caps or all small, and you'll just see that its system will automatically take it down to 0. Don't buy it unless you see the system take it down to 0.
Awesome.
It should automatically happen just like that.
Awesome. Well, we are excited about that and so grateful for you giving your time and your energy and sharing just from the heart and from your brain. You're awesome. Excited to chat more with you afterwards.
You're awesome too. Thanks for the opportunity of letting me share this with everybody, and I really hope it was helpful.
Awesome. Well, I know it was. I know there's people in the chat that are excited about it. So we're grateful that you came and shared with us.